This is the Transformers Generations War for Cybertron Trilogy Siege Leader Class Shockwave. Picked up this figure at Our Toys, and let's get him out of packaging.
And here he is out of packaging, and he just looks a little over the top with all these armor pieces. I mean, let's face it, this should have been the Voyager class. And Hasbro kind of wanted to justify another leader class figure in the wave. And it's just all over the place. I mean, I think the armor pieces are a waste of... They're a waste of budget. And it's like they wanted to charge a higher price for Shockwave. And this was their justification. And to me, you know, Hasbro could have had better ideas than to do that. Now that's much better. This is the Shockwave that we all wanted. Not some Legends class Shockwave. Not that Shockwave that turns into a huge worm. Shockwave, Megatron's trusted ally that he left in charge of Cybertron. This is it. And it should have just been this way. A Voyager class figure that turned into a space gun. The figure looks absolutely gorgeous from his purple paint apps, wisteria or periwinkle hands, lots of silver highlights. The whole silhouette, even the backpack, is so G1. The hose and that magnificent head sculpt. He has fantastic light piping. You know, the light is like 6 inches away, and I'm getting that really, really nice light piping. Very, very nice. Look at this chest piece. Lots of Cybertronian type of design. I like it. I'm glad they didn't make him too smooth or too plain like the toy, but really, this is how Shockwave could look like on Cybertron. He's got some Decepticon symbols here. Lots more of that sort of armor detail on his legs, thighs, backpack. Just really, really cool. Articulation for the figure. He's got a ball jointed neck, waist swivel, hinge arms, ball hinge arms that go this way, bicep swivel, hinge elbow, swivel wrist, ratcheting ball hinge hips, thigh swivel, hinge knee that also ratchets. And for foot articulation, doesn't go forward and backward, but he does have a bit of rocking pivot, which I think is a common thread among the Siege figures. For size comparison, here he is with his Master Lord Megatron and his wave mate Ultra Magnus. Transformation, he transforms supposedly into a spaceship, like this, okay? The instructions don't say anything about this, but you can easily copy it. I mean, it's fairly easy to do, but only the instructions only mention about transforming him into this, which is a spaceship. Now, in G1, which is where this figure is based from, Shockwave transforms into a laser gun, like an alien space gun, which... oddly enough, I don't understand why Hasbro didn't want to do it. Transform him. He follows a very, very similar transformation to the G1 toy. Fold the chest piece like that. Fold the head down and collapse that whole chest piece again to hide the head. Okay. Pop this up like that. Open. Like this. Okay. And then the arms follow that very, very familiar transformation we've seen in the toy, the G1 toy, which is just amazing. I thought it was great that Hasbro tried to do this thing this way. So that's cool. Okay, what you want to do is you want to sandwich this middle spine piece right here and sort of squeeze in those the arms or forearms right there, and then collapse this piece right here, like I said. Okay, and then there you go. So that's the front part of the spaceship. Okay, now for the legs, what you want to do is you want to open this up like that. Okay, you want to rotate at the thigh and then collapse the legs like Combiner Wars figures, like that and like that. Okay, and then join the feet together and join these pieces together and just tab things in. This one goes right here. And that's the base of the ship, or the cruiser, battle cruiser, whatever. Okay, and then the armor pieces. Okay, fold these out like this, like that. We're gonna come in here. I'm gonna tab in right there and there. Okay, and then right here and here. And these two pieces we're tabbing like that. So that's a bigger, like a gun. It looks like more of a cannon than a ship. And then what you want to do is for the shoulder pieces, go ahead and tab and lock those extra arms and tab them here. Same with this one, like that. Tab them like that. Now these pieces, again, off to the side, like that, and like that. And there you have Thunder Sub. Dun, dun, dun. No, I'm kidding. That's his ship mode, okay? And some people say you invert it, then it's a gun. But I'm not too satisfied with that inversion. There has to be some way to turn him into our beloved space gun alt mode. So after playing around with the figure and the parts for a little bit, this is the space gun configuration that I've come up with. And I think it looks so cool. And, you know, even when you try and grip it with your hand, it actually feels like a handle. And it's like you're holding a space gun. Like when you were a kid, you're playing with Shockwave. It really fits nicely. And, yeah, sure, there are hollow pieces here and there, but I think this is a better alt mode than that inverted submarine or inverted starship, Star Destroyer, as a space gun. Because in the original toy, the legs actually formed the handle of the gun, which is what I did. And the arms are still the barrel, the rifle, and the blaster. So, yeah, the only difference is his chest is still up here. And yeah, I thought it looked better this way than with it down under here. But if you want it down under there just to be true to G1, it's quite possible to do that as well, like so. And it's a lot difficult to hold the handle because the chest is right there squeezing your index finger, but it is possible. Do you have a more G1 accurate space gun configuration? Pretty cool. So final thoughts on the figure. I was actually looking forward to Ultra Magnus more than Shockwave. But now that I found a space gun configuration for this figure, I absolutely love this figure more than the Ultra Magnus figure. I think it's great. Now I can imagine why fans want this. It's because of the base figure, which actually should have been a Voyager and not a leader class figure, with parts and armor pieces that don't really do much for the figure. Now having said that, it still looks great as it is. An overpriced Voyager with some armor pieces, I'll take that anytime. Versus the Shockwave that we've gotten in the past, like War for Cybertron, the original War for Cybertron Deluxe Shockwave, or that Legend scale Shockwave. That was great, but that was just way too small. And this is probably the best G1 iteration of modern G1 iteration of Shockwave we've gotten in the Generations line, and I absolutely love it. The figure is gonna get a 9.5 out of 10 for me. Best of luck to everybody hunting him down. I reckon a lot of collectors are going to want him primarily for the G1 aspect of the base figure. Hope you've enjoyed this little video review. This has been the Transformers Generations War for Cybertron Trilogy Siege Leader Class Shockwave. Thanks.
Thanks for watching.